And that's what I realized why this type of mindset is tough for traditional mindset type of entrepreneurs, right? Because the mindset is, how am I going to go mass? That was last time. Today, tech entrepreneurs, how am I going to serve this small group of people the best that I can? And we are the best in the world in this for this one group of people. Right? Once we're already great in this one group of people, there are many similar groups of people that is just adjacent, just next to each other, that we can tweak our product a little bit and become that next group of people's perfect solution. Right? So it's just this mindset of solving a specific problem for a specific group of people. So software as a service entrepreneurs in general have demonstrated quite a unique approach to doing business, right? That I think that you guys can take and apply across all your various traditional industries, right? Since most companies want to get into tech, so most businesses are tech-driven right now. So I think I want to share some key lessons that I realized this past few years, and I hope you guys get some value in this.
Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head, a million dreams keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
My name is Khalif, founder and CEO at YesHello. I thought today I wanted to do a video just to share with you some thoughts I had. What's the difference between the traditional and more modern software as a service tech entrepreneur, right? I was sitting down with myself and meditating and thinking about, right, what's the value of my experience doing this for 5-6 years, doing a chatbot agency, being the first few to have an AI focused company. And then after that, during lockdown, we opened a new company doing software as a service, YesHello and all those things, right? So all this experience, going through hardships, going through this learning process, there's some differences I think maybe a lot of you guys don't really are aware. I want to share with you guys. All right, let's get into it. Number one, subscription and recurring revenue models. So software entrepreneurs, I realize, have kind of mastered this art of generating this steady, predictable revenue through subscription models, right? So there's a lot of software out there that makes it easy for any business now to get recurring revenue, right? So traditional entrepreneurs, maybe you guys can explore adopting subscription-based services or adding subscription elements to your business and your business model so that you can enhance this customer retention, enhance the stability of cash flow. And that's one thing I realize is very valuable, why I love software as a service, because of the recurring revenue model. Number two, customer-centric focus. Not that traditional businesses are not customer-centric. I see a lot of my friends who are entrepreneurs who do traditional businesses, tuition centers, restaurants, professional services are customer-centric, yes. But there's this little difference, right? So SaaS entrepreneurs prioritize understanding their customers' needs and then delivering tailored solutions. So that's why software is very it feels like magical, because we can tailor it specifically to a group, right? So traditional entrepreneurs can benefit from adopting a more similar customer-centric approach by actively listening to feedback, adopting their offerings to customer preferences, and building strong relationships. That's another thing also. It's very relationship focused, right? Because when we start to build the business, before we build the product, I sat down with dozens of our possible customers, build this relationship, ask whether this is something that they want, tweak it to how they like it. And my assumption is, if this one specific person uses it and pays for it for their business, that means there are other similar companies or avatars or type of customers that will want to use it as well. And with the knowledge of knowing that I can reach globally this type of people, building a more tailored solution is viable, right? So I know previously, if we wanted to build something for traditional businesses, you want to build for the general. So I think the difference in mindset here is we don't go for the general software as a service companies, go for the long tail, right? So the not so general, and because with the internet we can reach them, that means we can have enough of them to have the business be profitable. So that's number 2. Number 3, agile development and iteration. So what does this mean? So SaaS entrepreneurs often use agile development methodologies, releasing minimum viable products or MVPs, and iterating based on user feedback. Yes. So one of the good things about software is because you can change as you go along, right? So there's this term called the minimum viable product, or there's MVP, or minimum lovable product, MLP. What the customers would love to use, that is the minimum that I need to build so that they pay for it, right? So let me tell you a story. Last time, Zappos. So Zappos wanted to be the Amazon for shoes. So what they did was, instead of building this robust software to try to figure out the sizing, try to figure out how to send it, how to customize what shoes goes where, they just did it in a manual way, right? They know that there are a lot of people out there who wants to buy shoes online. So this was like 10 years ago. And no one was doing it. So instead of building the software first, they put a landing page out there, did some advertising and say, hey, if you want to buy it, here are the, tell us what shoes that you want. So the secret that they had was that they just built a landing page with a form. And then once they fill up the form, those people who receive the form and the payment will go downstairs from where their office was, which was a big shoe store. So if they had the size, then they just bought it and then send it out, right? So to see whether people will pay for this minimum viable service or product. And if they didn't have the size, they will either refund the money or give them some other shoe recommendation or whatever, right? But this agile development and iteration, once they know it works, then you can add more software, more automations, right? You can use virtual assistants or whatever it is. But the mindset of let's build as small as possible to solve one problem for one specific group. All right, so that's number 3. Number 4, data-driven decision making. Yes. So SaaS entrepreneurs rely heavily on data analytics to inform decisions. Traditional entrepreneurs can learn to gather and analyze relevant data to gain insights into consumer behavior, market trends, and business performance, right? So what basically this is saying is that because most of the transactions is done online, I realized my peers who are in software have less fights when it comes to decisions, right? They kind of already know what decisions to make, so it becomes less of an emotional decision than a logical decision. So previously, when I was running my training company, we were very relationship based and all sales were closed face to face. And what I think the right decision to move forward and what my partner thought was the decision was about what we believe is the best decision, right? So there was a lot of arguments. But with data, right, with having decisions driven by data, we will know that, okay, based on results, our conversions is better with that product. Or we've tried it before, out of 100 transactions, this one converts better. So this type of data-driven decision-making makes decision-making very, very simple. So this data-driven approach can lead to more informed decision-making and better strategic planning. Number 5, remote work and digital collaboration. Yes. So my team at YesHello is fully 100% virtual. So many SaaS startups operate with remote teams and leverage digital tools for collaboration. Zoom, Calendly, many other tools. So another thing that this creates is transparency. So a big challenge with a lot of traditional entrepreneurs or traditional businesses is majority of the things that's going on with the business operations is not transparent, especially conversations with your clients, conversations between team members, right? So this learning, when one team member speaks to another team member, that learning between them is not accessible to other team members, right? So it's not transparent. And when like a customer is talking to a team member and they they are expressing what they are feeling or what they want or what they don't like, that conversation is also not transparent, not as transparent as we would like. Imagine if we could listen in to every conversation that each customer is speaking to one of our team members that's valuable, and whatever learning that each team member has between each other. So imagine the learning, right? So this transparency is one of the biggest things that I think that we help with our clients, right? They realize, wow, I can see what everyone's doing, and everyone knows that everyone else can see what they are doing. So productivity becomes better, they behave better, service becomes faster. So this remote work and digital collaboration using tools is very, very powerful, especially today, that I think you guys can take advantage of. Number 6, scalability and global reach. I touched a little bit on this, right, previously. So SaaS businesses can scale very fast and serve this global customer base due to the digital nature, obviously, right? So traditional entrepreneurs can try to explore more this digital marketing, e-commerce, online platforms to expand your reach, right? But we're talking about a mindset here, a mindset of that whatever I'm doing here today locally, it is so that I can serve a more global market, right? So we're building with the end in mind so that we can go global right away. Number 7, continuous improvement and innovation. SaaS entrepreneurs are committed to continuous improvement and innovation. I'm sure traditional business owners and entrepreneurs are too, but I think the mindset and the culture between, when we sit down with other SaaS or software entrepreneurs is that we even when we talk about, where else can we improve? Where can we break a process, break our system to make things better? This is innovation, right? So general entrepreneurs can adopt a more similar mindset by fostering a culture of innovation within your team, that it is okay to look at current processes and see how we can break it so that we can make it better, right? So we want to encourage employees to suggest new ideas of doing things. Sometimes us entrepreneurs, we are afraid to break things because why fix something that's not broken, right? But this is where innovation comes in, and you want to regularly evaluate and update your business processes. Number 8. So this is another thing where we focus on user onboarding and experience. So for software companies, since we are mostly online, the experience our customers get while getting started with the software is very, very crucial, right? So software entrepreneurs, we would like to think that we excel in creating a user-friendly onboarding process and a positive user experience. So what we want the least, what is a no-no, is where they want to use the software and they can't, right? We want it to be able to be used immediately, solve the problem immediately, and that creates a great experience, right? So I think what more general entrepreneurs can prioritize is try to make the usage of your product or services easier to understand, right? Easier to use, easier to get started, easier to be successful. Reduce the barrier to get started with it, right? So that you can improve this customer satisfaction. Most of our effort, me and my team, is to create this seamless experience. So to do that, first, you need to have things be transparent, obviously. You need the communication and the engagement to be fast and immediate. So yes, there are some tools that you need available to allow this to happen so that you can see what's happening, right? But once you already see what's happening, then you can tweak here and there to make sure to see where are the bottleneck, where things get slow, and then fix those points. That's what I realized with software entrepreneurs. They put this user onboarding and experience as one of the top priorities when it comes to using the product, right? As opposed to where more traditional, they focus more on the product itself and how to distribute it. Not right or wrong. I'm just saying the difference in mindset and focus. Number 9, lean operations and resource allocation. So SaaS entrepreneurs, we have to start lean, right? We focus on the core functionality, create an MVP, minimum viable product, and then scaling the resources as and when we need it. So if I need one team member, only one team member is needed, right? If in the beginning, I code it myself, and then I have one tech person to manage it. And as we go along, then only we hire. And I see a lot of my friends previously, when they start a company, more traditional company, they think about how can I cover all the bases. So I need a large amount of capital expenditure so that the business can even run. So for more tech entrepreneurs, the mindset is different. The mindset is, how can we start with the least amount of money and help, really, really help and engage that 1 or 2 or 10 or that small number of customers. And then as we grow more clientele, then we hire more people, right? And once we hire more people, the processes, the systems is already created based on that first few customers. All right, number 10, value-oriented marketing. So SaaS entrepreneurs or tech entrepreneurs emphasize the value their products bring to the customers. Traditional entrepreneurs can apply these value-oriented marketing techniques by clearly communicating the benefits and solutions their offerings provide to address customer pain points. What does this mean? So it means that because, as I mentioned previously, tech entrepreneurs focus on a small niche, a group of people, and we want to solve a specific problem. Therefore, we go and focus on, okay, you have a problem. This solution can solve that problem in this way, right? So it's more of what's your pain point and how can we solve that pain point? As opposed to, as I see traditionally, when more traditional entrepreneurs, they create a product and then they talk about the features of this product, right? This product has feature A, feature B, feature C, and they compare it with their competitors. The competitors don't have this, don't have that. So it becomes a feature comparison. And then it says, we are cheaper or we have better service. But you see, there's this little tweak in the approach. The approach of more tech entrepreneurs is they don't even talk about the features. They talk about, you see that problem that you have? This thing will solve that problem in 3 ways. Number 1, you said you didn't have enough leads, it'll get you leads. Number 2, you said that it couldn't close enough customers, it will help you close. And number 3, it will create super transparency where last time you didn't know what your team is doing, right? So last time you cannot see, now you can. Last time you don't have enough leads, now you do. Last time your conversion was low, now it's high. Right? So it's very results based and not feature based. Right? So it's the value of using this product or this service to the specific customer. And the challenge is this, because traditionally we can't do that. Traditionally, businesses focus on the mass. And once it's the mass, if you go in and say, I solve this ABC, 3 things, you will exclude a majority. And that's what I realized why this type of mindset is tough for traditional mindset type of entrepreneurs, right? Because the mindset is, how am I going to go mass? That was last time. Today, tech entrepreneurs, how am I going to serve this small group of people the best that I can? And we are the best in the world for this one group of people, right? Once we're already great in this one group of people, there are many similar groups of people that is just adjacent, just next to each other, that we can tweak our product a little bit and become that next group of people's perfect solution, right? So it's just this mindset of solving a specific problem for a specific group of people. Number 11, networking and collaboration. Yes, when I first started business last time, and when trying to go and do traditional businesses, I realized we were working all alone, because it feels very scarce. Right? It says, oh, if I work together with another company, it becomes, we're supposed to be competitors. If my competitors go to them, then I get less, right? With digital marketing, with global reach, I realized that it is so abundant. So many, just in Malaysia itself is so many, because previously we were competing for the attention of those people within our area. Today, even in our country, Malaysia, I can serve Penang, Perlis, Sabah, Sarawak. I can now go cross-border. I can go across the world to US, to UK, right? So this networking and collaboration now becomes the key driver to grow the business, right? So we collaborate with peers, mentors, partners, where I think more traditional businesses can take advantage of that. And number 12, embracing change and disruption. So modern tech entrepreneurs operate in this dynamic, ever-changing industry, because mentally we already know that the software is going to change. That the more that we speak to customers, the more it's going to be molded so that we can solve their problems better. So this changing and disruption is part of the game, right? So traditionally, entrepreneurs didn't have that. They created one and then they find a market to market that product, right? So ideally they don't want to mess with the creation of the product, but they change the other stuff. So this embracing of change and disruption is one of those big things I think traditional entrepreneurs can adopt. A more adaptable mindset, embracing this change. Right? Being open to disruption and disrupting their own business models to stay competitive and relevant. If you guys want to take a look at, if you can just increase a little bit, like 10%, 20% in each of these 12, imagine the compounding effect of your business, right? So by incorporating these lessons from modern software entrepreneurs, I believe traditional business owners can infuse this innovation, customer focus, operational efficiency into your businesses. So ultimately, this will lead to enhanced growth, more success, and more profits for your business. So hopefully that was valuable for you. Hope you learned something, and let's see if I can, share more of these tips, these insights I got from running this business for the last YesHello for the last 3 years, Chatbot Malaysia the last 3 years before that, 6 years in tech. It's been a wonderful learning experience, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.